everyone, and welcome to Crafting by the Falls. My name is Natalie. For any of you that are new, welcome. And for any of you that are returning, welcome back. I'm sure many of you watch a lot of creators, and I don't know if you're starting to notice something, but I'm telling you, every creator that has an animal, it's almost like just like children. As soon as you go to record, they need attention. And as you can tell, it's Sunday afternoon, and it's nap time in Crafting by the Falls house. Anyways, sorry. Today is Sunday, and I know you're going, Sunday? No, Thursday. What I did last week was I pre-recorded, and it seemed to work. I've been having some busy weeks, and I just want to make sure everybody has a video. So, it seemed to work. I pre-recorded last Sunday and scheduled it to be posted on Thursday. So I'm going to do the same thing this week. If you did watch my diamond painting video on Monday, I'm not going to try to sound like a broken record. So we had a lot of snow this week, and the sun was out earlier, and when I recorded, I was into my coffee, but now we're into mid-afternoon, and I've moved on to tea. So today is going to be cross stitch. I have 2 Joy Sunday kits, and just to give you guys a little heads up, I did finish a Joy Sunday smaller kit this week, and last week I did the review of Romance by the Sea, and I've already started working on it. My mom's passed away, and I'm hearing her. I feel like now that I told you I had to refrain myself from getting some kits in the house, and my mom knew me very well, and she would always say, Natalie, you need to work on one project and finish it before you move on to the next. I feel like a kid in the candy store right now, and it's like, I have all these kits and I want to start them. I'm trying to discipline myself, and I know this is going to be a bigger kit, and the 2 that I'm going to be reviewing today, I know I'm going to want to work on them because I want to see the end results of those. So, yeah. So, I mentioned we had a lot of snow, and I just got to tell you what I had to do this week, and I kind of chuckled, but basically our weather's been very bad, a lot of snow. My commutes were taking me a lot longer, almost double, and I was at different points of the week, I was kind of afraid of being stranded. And I'm going back to before Christmas time. I know it actually made it on the BBC News, but my daughter and I happened to be over in Buffalo, New York. So we crossed the border. We went over to the States. Of course, we had to go do some retail therapy, went shopping, and we had no clue what ended up happening. We went over first thing in the morning, and we were checking out at Hobby Lobby. And if anybody knows Hobby Lobby, like most of the Americans, you do. But there's a lot of checkouts at the front. And we were checking out, and I just happened to say something about being Canadian. And the cashier looked at me. She goes, "Are you from Canada?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, I don't know all this information, but," she says, "I've heard the borders are closed." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "I don't know. There was something about a bomb threat." Well, I looked at my daughter and I was like, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" And so it ended up, this is the funny thing though, is that at checkout, and like I say, there's lots of cashiers, there was 2 other Canadian women on the other cash, and there was about 4 other Canadian women behind me. And we were all looking at each other. What are we going to do? So I said to the lady, the cashier, I said, "Well, we need to get somewhere where we have Wi-Fi, because when we go over, we shut down our phones because it's just far too expensive to have our phone on cellular." So we ended up going to Cracker Barrel and hooked up on Wi-Fi, ended up getting a hold of my brother back in Canada, and he goes, "Yeah, there's been a bomb threat at the Peace Bridge, which is in Niagara Falls. In this area, there's 4 border crossings to go over into the States. So we were in the Buffalo side." He goes, "They're all closed." And he goes, "The last time something like this happened, which was September 11th, he said, the borders were closed for 3 days." I'm like, what are we going to do? We just finished checking out at Hobby Lobby. I was so proud of myself that I didn't even buy no diamond paintings, nothing. Well, I was starting to have like withdrawals. What am I going to do? I got no crafts. So I said to my daughter, "We're going to have to go back to Hobby Lobby, because if we're going to be stuck over here for a couple days and I don't have nothing to do, I need something to do." So anyways, long story short, this week with the weather, I figured I packed an emergency kit. Not of food, no. So we got the good waterproof, but I packed my little unicorn cross stitch, because I thought, if I'm stuck anywhere, I have my cross stitch. So this is remaining in my car from now on. So if I'm stranded anywhere, I got cross stitch. Anyways, that's my story. I will stop yakking here and we'll get to business. So like I mentioned, I have 2 Joy Sunday kits. I'm very curious about doing this review. I've often wondered this, and I really haven't seen no creator do this, so I'm doing this for myself. But if you're interested in seeing this yourself, we'll see what this is all about. So I'm going to pause the camera here. I'm going to put it into position and we will start this review. Okay. So like I mentioned, I have 2 kits here. I did purchase these from AliExpress. So I am not going to be setting them aside at the moment. I'm going to flip it over and you will see. So yes, they are 2 of the same kits, but if you notice, I have an 11 count and I have a 14 count. And I was curious to see, one, this is my first 11 count. So I'm very happy about that. And I always do 14. but I was very curious to see if the patterns would be the same, if we would have the same colors, and yeah, I'm just curious to see size difference. So I thought it would be great just to get the same picture and do a comparison. So I will set this one aside at this moment. I'll open this one up and we will do a review of that. Then we will do the review of the 14, and then I'll bring them back together and we can do a comparison, okay? So I'll set that behind. So my first 11 count. I'm so excited. I might be able to cross stitch without my cheaters. So it is a Joy Sunday pre-stamped canvas. Everything is included. Your fabric, thread, needle, and instructions. And the kit is DA 264 3 birds 4. And I mentioned it's 11 count. So with 11 count, we are going to be using 3 strands of floss. And the size is 32 by 18. Aren't those guys cute? Little one squawking. They're probably siblings. And this one probably was out late last night and it's getting in heck. So there's the picture of the stitch. So as we can see, there is 2 birds sitting there. There's the third one. And this does have 20 colors. And that's full stitch. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back stitch. It is 100 wide by 52 stitches high. So I'll set that aside. Wow. I think I can cross stitch without my glasses. Now I'm starting to see why people like 11 count. The symbols are really nice and large. So there's 1 to 20, and then there's our back stitch. These aren't printed too well, but that's why we have our reference page. The symbols seem to be good. The one thing that I've noticed, and I've only purchased with Joy Sunday, so I'm not sure about the other kits, but I think what they do is, you can see, I'm going to bring this up close and see if you can notice a difference, but there is a bit of a red line and then there's a black line, and I think that's their guide for printing so that these can be printed evenly onto the canvas. But by the looks of that, yeah, so if you see this kind of out of place, then you know that the stitches are going to be out of place. But everything seems to be really nice. Seems like a lot of color blocking. But if we look on the chart, there is quite a bit of back stitch in the bird. But I know a lot of people don't like back stitch, but it makes such a huge difference on the texture, the look. And by the looks of this, I know in a lot of mine I would do 2 threads, but I think for this, it almost looks like peach fuzz. So you would probably, I would probably only do 1 here, but when it comes into doing the definition of their feet, the beak, the wings, I would probably use 2 strands. That's my opinion. when it comes time to doing this, I will see how it turns out. But I don't think that would take very long. So the threads, I don't like these cards, and I don't understand. If they're all Joy Sunday, how come they're different sometimes? Anybody know? If you know why they have different cards, put it in the comments. So as I mentioned, there's 20 colors. And there we go. So that's very simple. I'm going to set this aside. I'll put this behind me. And now we're going to do the 14 count. I just seen the canvas. It is much smaller. So same, it's actually DA 264, 3 birds, 4. It is 14 count, and it is 25 centimeters by 14. There is our chart. This one has 20 colors and 5 backstitch, and it is 100 wide by 52 high. So there we go. The symbols on the canvas seem nice, 1 to 20. Again, the backstitch doesn't turn out as nice, but that's why we have our chart. And it seems to be printed very well. And here is our thread. There we go. And then, of course, I think I forgot to mention on the other card, there is 2 needles also. So we'll set this 14, we'll put over here. I'll bring back 11. So picture's the same. We'll do the chart after. So this goes here. Don't want to get this mixed up. So there's the difference in size. So pretty well the 14 count fits inside of the 11 count. And if you are new to cross stitch, the difference between 11 and 14, you can see that the size difference. And it's basically how many stitches are in the box. So the smaller one, we'll have 14, and the larger one, we will have 11. So looking at that, let me zoom up. So it does appear that the charting is exactly the same as far as stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like they're identical, except the sizes are different. So we'll remember 11 on the left and 14 on the right. So it does appear that the colors are exactly the same. So that's nice to know. So 14 will go over here. And yeah, so that's nice to know. I'm just curious on larger kits. With this being small, they're exactly the same. But I would be curious to find bigger packages of the cross stitch to see if they would be the same. And so even as far as the charts, they have the same code, DA264, 3 birds 4, and same with here, DA264 and 3 birds 4. So the only difference is one. Okay, that don't make sense. Oh, this is stitches. Stitches. 100 wide by 52, 100 wide, 52. Only difference is 11 is bigger in stitches, and we're using 3 threads versus 2 for 14. So as far as the cover page, again, same code. There's 11 count, 3 strands, 32 by 18 centimeters, and 14 is 25 by 14. Do you know what? I did notice just something right now, because I was like, you know what? If 11, it needs more thread. You'll need 3 versus 14. So colors are the same, but the amount of strands you're going to get are different. So perfect example, number 1, we have 2. Can we see that? Yeah, 2. And 14, we only have 1. So, okay, so that is the difference. We do have 2 strands on the 11 and only 1 on the 14. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. You know what to do. Thumbs up if you like this. It always makes a difference if, I would just ask if you guys enjoy it. Please hit the like button. It just lets me know that I'm on the right track and you guys are enjoying what I am filming. Okay, well, I hope you guys, no, it is Thursday for you. I hope you have the best week, or what's left of the week. Oh, I'm all messed up. I'm sorry. But I'm going to end here before I make some more mistakes. Anyways, have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.